Fear not, take courage. Sandra Kerr.
What do you fear? If I was to take your feedback, I'm sure I could be here for 5 minutes just listing all of our fears. We're afraid of spiders, snakes, heights, the dark, illness, injury, death, tight spaces, public speaking, conflict, corruption, injustice, success, failure, rejection. Fear is a very real thing. We feel it both physically and emotionally. It's a powerful force driving our world today. We're afraid of not having enough, not enough money, time, energy. We're afraid of not being enough, good enough, strong enough, smart enough. Fear of missing out has become so large, it is recognized by its acronym FOMO. Is it any wonder we get paralyzed by fear? But fear not, take courage. There is something we can do about it. First, let's acknowledge it. Let's bring it to the light. What am I afraid of? Second, let's evaluate it. Why am I afraid of this? Is this fear serving a purpose or is it limiting me? What do I really want? Third, let's move towards change. What can I do about this? Are there practical steps to move forward? Do I need help? Growing up, I thought I was somewhat fearless, but there was this bathroom basement in the basement that was scary. You had to walk through this dim lit pathway into this paneled rec room and around the corner into the bathroom that had this cavernous shower. And once you got there, you had to leave again. And I clearly remember one morning when the fearful flight instinct kicked in and I ran out of that bathroom screaming like the little girl I was, convinced the devil was chasing me. In retrospect, I think my dad was upstairs putting his work boots on, but that's not what I heard. So let's break this example down. Illumination. What was I afraid of? Was I afraid of the unknown, the possibility for things to go wrong, the what ifs of life? Apparently, I wasn't as fearless as I wanted to be. I didn't want to be caught off guard. I didn't want to be chased by the devil. I did want to be in control. Evaluation. Why was I afraid of this? Somewhere along life's path, fear had crept in. Was it caught or was it taught? Maybe both. I believe we're born with a natural inclination to fear. It's what kept us alert and alive during our cave person days. But I think we also learn to fear. Some of this comes from observing life and seeing how wrong it can go. Some of it comes from experiences, and we bear scars that cause us to shrink back. Others of us are born with this personality that causes us to fear. I have an overactive imagination that causes me to imagine worst case scenarios. Intention, now what? Now I can courageously choose to change my mindset. I can embrace the what ifs of life. Life is going to happen. I can choose to give up the illusion of control. I can choose to tell beautiful stories and not horror stories. Mark Twain says, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not the absence of fear. I agree. I believe we do not need to be owned by our fear. I want to pause and acknowledge that this might sound trite and simple, and it's not. It is hard work. Start small, whatever that is to you. Some of our fears seem larger than life, and some of them really are. And for the ones that are larger than life, don't do this alone. Reach out to a friend or a trusted professional, and they can walk with you. Those of us who fear public speaking rejection, failure, not being good enough or smart enough. We're already on this journey. And we move forward every time we show up and every time we participate. Change happens in these moments when our name is called and our mind goes blank. Time stands still and we wait for illumination. We wait for the miracle of breath to kick in, for our tongues and our brains to reconnect, and for the words to stagger out. Sometimes like drunken soldiers stumbling out of a bar. Other times in rigid procession, like drill sergeants on a parade square. And still other times like sweet children playing in the sand by the seashore. We have done it. We've seen our fear. We've evaluated our fear. And we have courageously set our intention. Indeed, we are unapologetic Toastmasters. Finally, wherever you are in this journey of life, fear not. Take courage. Fear is powerful, but so are you, Mr. Toastmaster.